You're watching The Love Chat. The Love Chat. With David Hart. Happening now. Live. The Love Chat with David Hart. Hello! Hello guys! Good evening from Canada. And good morning naman sa Philippines. My name is David Hart and we are live right now for another exciting episode. Live streaming episode of TLC. And of course, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So how are you guys? I hope everyone's having a great time watching. And I hope that this episode will give you an insight. Of course, because we will be talking about filmmaking, music, and of course, adventure. Ayan, mahilig tayong lahat dyan. And to help me out, of course, ang aking suking co-host, my good friend. And so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Big Brian. Hello to you, DJ
Hello.
Big Brian.
Yahoo, yahoo! Welcome everyone. I'm coming to you live from the mothership here in Tomas Morato in Quezon City.
Awesome, man. So, oops. Hold on.
Okay.
So, Bri, how's the situation right now? I heard that MGCQ is in effect starting today or yesterday, right? June 1. Kumusta dyan?
Yes. GCQ na, kaya yung mga tao ay nagkaroon na ng chance. They had their chance to go to work. Well, some of them at least, yung mga open industries. Unfortunately, it's relatively hard for them to get to work because there's a limited public transportation, and you see people trying to get rides from bicycles to tricycles to pedicabs just to get to work. There are people who need to travel at least 3 hours just to get to their place of work. So it's horrendous, to say the least.
Yeah.
That's
nice,
what's happening right now.
So I think I would suggest that if they can't go to work, they just have to tune into us and watch our show, right?
Oh, dito na lang kayo. Just watch us, enjoy the day, and pagbatian na lang tayo, no? Para medyo matanggal yung mga concern nyo with this pandemic. Let's have a carefree day today.
Awesome. And maybe our viewers are wondering why we're speaking English. Well, because we have English-speaking viewers, so we want them to be in the loop of what we're talking about right now. And syempre, you guys are welcome pa rin na i-comment lang yung mga inyong mga greetings pa rin and thoughts about our topic today. And, of course, DJ Big Brian, are you ready?
Yes,
and,
we are.
This time around, it's a very special show, of course, because our guest, our guest is basically, it's kind of like me. I see myself with this guy, right? Yeah, because
bigatin din ito.
Yeah, of course. I'm into filmmaking, music, because of my DJing stuff, and just like you, right? And of course, yung adventure, and I love to travel, and I have a big interest sa jeep. Kaya mga kaibigan. Okay. So right now, we will welcome our good friend, of course. He's a wedding filmmaker, and he owns the Perspective Studios. Of course, he also is a jeep enthusiast.
Nice.
Ayan naman. And a drummer, a professional drummer of the Collision Course Band. Let's all welcome mga kaibigan, Jeff Toledo. Hello to you, my friend.
Hello. Good morning sa Pilipinas and good evening naman sa Canada, Vancouver side. Hello sa mga viewers natin.
Ayan. So, yan. Kita-kita na tayong tatlo. And Jeff, we are so happy that you're here on our show, and we really, really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be part of your show, and at the same time, share some of activities that I'm doing, and share about my life. And I'm so excited about this. Let's go.
Yeah. Definitely. We were talking about, when I was talking about Brian, this is one of a kind special show kasi we are, all of us have something in common basically. Because Brian and me, we're into music, and you're into music as well, right?
Yes.
You're into drums.
Yes.
And we're into naman yung DJing stuff. So we have something in common. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. So right now, this is a great time for us to find out who Jeff Toledo is. So how did you? Yan, di ba? Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah. Okay.
Diba?
Yeah. Of course, for sure. Okay. So I'm Jeff. So originally from the Philippines, and then I moved here in Vancouver, Canada, 2015. I'm a filmmaker. I do like international stuff when it comes to filming. I'm in a band called Collision Course, and at the same time, I'm busy right now. It's a it's COVID, it's pandemics right now, and then busy doing my putting some mods on my Jeep, and at the same time, like travel adventure, doing adventure, and now I have a YouTube.
Yan, of
I'm
course.
vlogging my adventure and yeah, things that I do for my Jeep. So yeah, same thing as Bernie. Pares tayo may
Nice.
Jeep. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. We love to do a lot of traveling and adventure. So yeah, Jeep is the way to go for us too, right? Well, in the Philippines, pwede rin yung jeepney. Di ba may history yan? There's a history in the Philippines when during 1941, kind of like that. Because
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah,
when
during
you have this,
the war.
yes, yes,
Yung mga surplus jeeps nila after the war, they have no no use for them anymore. So Filipinos started innovating with them and changed them into a mode of transport, public transport. Kaya yung mga brand namin dito, ano ba yung mga brand ng jeep nyo dyan?
Jeep.
What?
Well, we have
Just
a
Jeep,
brand.
right? Jeep.
just Jeep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jeep, yeah,
Jeep.
Jeep.
That's the brand, right? That's Jeep. Dito
It's-
matitindi. Mga Jeep dito, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, yung mga tatak na mga Jeep dito. Kaya panis yung mga Jeep nyo dyan sa Canada. Wala yan. Kayo, 4-seater lang, di ba? O mga 7-seater
Oo.
lamang.
Hindi, the
Dito-
Jeep here, we call it just empty every pocket.
Oh.
Because you keep upgrading, right, Jeff? You keep customizing everything. And then what?
Here
It
we
ends
have
up with you don't have any more money in your pocket. So
You're shelling a lot of
right.
money for sure.
Here we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
jeepneys that have 7-seaters on both sides. I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
it's even 14-seaters,
Yeah.
10-seaters. So,
Yeah.
as
And
long
I
as the
remember-
conductor says there's more room, you can still sit. So,
yeah, and then the identifying mark
Unlimited.
for a Jeep is the 7 grill, right? But in
The
the
7.
Philippines, it's more than 7, right?
7 grill?
In the front,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Wala yun, 7 grill. Dito, nakasabit na sa grill, okay pa.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we'll talk more about our adventure, ano? And but right now, so Jeff, you're a filmmaker, right? You're a wedding videographer as well, and just like Alvin, when we
Yeah, Alvin Romero.
had him,
Yeah.
Alvin Romero, on the show together with Jo Marie Dumalasa.
Yeah.
They're great filmmakers as well. And this time around, when I worked with you before, I worked with you, and then I saw your style, the movement. It's kind of like Bri, parang orchestra eh. Yung talagang may
drama.
may drama, yung seriousness of controlling the gimbal. So, how do you go about the filmmaking stuff, Jeff? Did you train? What other stuff? What's the process like when you were starting out?
Yeah. Okay. So, like what I've said, I'm from the Philippines originally. So, 2008, I started. I got into I got curious about like the movie set. I have a cousin who's a celebrity in the Philippines. I know. Shout out kay Kuya Byron, Gerard Pizaras, and John Marini Elano. I think hopefully they're watching right now. And then curious about the lighting setup, cameras. I'm like, because I'm a musician, in the first place, and then switching to filmmaking it's kind of easy kasi parang it's the form of art and it's kind of related,
Yeah.
right? So audio plus video, and then they collaborate ng maayos. So curious about it, and then I talked to some professionals, DOPs and directors in the film industry in the Philippines, and then I have a friend who's working with GMA that time. I think nasa TV5 na siya ngayon. Gary, and then said like, okay, you want to get trained, and then there's my training naman sa GMA, and then I started doing some assistant camera work. So assistant cam, buhat tripods, putting the lenses, like mostly like carrying the stuff, and then learning from the seniors and yung mga professionals. And
Buti hindi ka
through
pinaghanap ng color bars. That's the running joke with PAs.
Yes.
Pumunta ka doon sa
Yeah.
kabilang studio, hanapin mo yung color bars ha. Ngayon din.
Malayo eh, yeah. Or like usually like iba palang lens yung gamit or
okay.
yeah. But yeah, so I got trained, and then after a year doing some assistant works, and then parang for some instances I start holding the camera and then operating it, and then I said okay, maybe try to mag jump ulit ng ibang level to the point na cam operator. So actually I started with entertainment industry with GMA. So I do like Showbiz Central before. Those are the shows. Tweetbiz, Channel 11, QTV pa before. And then Star Talk. Yeah, usually mga like entertainment. So we do ambush interviews. And then when GMA News TV 11 got released 2010, and then so there's a lot of news and public affairs actually. There's a lot of news and public affairs program, and then I did some documentary stuff, studio work, telenovelas, mga teleseries, but like mostly GMA shows. And then some movies, Hitman, Cesar Montano, and Sam Pinto, and then Twin Hearts, the movie before. So one of the crews, ganyan. Survivor Philippines. It's an interesting industry, and then that's my learning curve. And then 2011, actually, that's the 2011, that's the year of where the wedding film in the Philippines started. Actually, so I start with Minister Jason Magbanua, Trilogy, Bong Sare, and then of course Bob Nicolas. So I got curious, like, oh wow, like how they do that, because a different style, right? So it's not, and then more on digital filming, like they use before like 5D Mark IIs, wala na mga DVC pa kasi before VHS and DVC pa and then I got
DV8
DV8 mga tapes tapes that's what we're using in like a GMA, and then upgrade ng konti to P2 cards, and then of course like switching to wedding films, it's a kind of different, so it's a fast-paced environment, and then it's again like hindi naman agad kasi ibang approach ibang approach yung sa wedding, and then sa formal na like you set up the lights and stuff like that sa mga shows, so ibang-iba talaga. There are people who who mentored me sa like sa GMA network. You can learn a lot from people who's working, kasi every day you work with different people, and then same thing sa wedding industry. You work with different shooters, you work with different studios, because you're gaining experience actually for the first place. You're gaining experience, and at the same time learning how to master your craft. And then when I got married 2012, yes, by the way, I'm married. So magtatanong dyan, una ako na kayo. I'm married po. I think my wife is watching right now. Hi, Han, Karen.
Hello.
Yeah. And then when I got married 2012, I said like I'll quit GMA and then just focus doing wedding films. So
maganda rin ang kitaan dyan sa weddings, of course.
Yes,
right?
yeah. And
at the same time, you get to share your passion as well. And maganda yung nakikita mo. It's really nice if you share it with the couple, right?
Right, yeah.
And
I mean, every wedding is different. I would say, like, different stories, because there's different set of people. and they have their own unique stories, and at the same time, uh, it looks like some people, they say like, oh, wedding films like templated na, like how do you edit, like, as much as possible, we try to be different.
Yes.
Right now you can see a lot like almost same style yung ganon, pero as iba pa rin syempre yung cast, right? Sa movie iba pa yung cast, so it's still a different story. So
sabi nga, in terms of wedding, it's the concept is always the same, like the prep, the like the timeline of the whole event, but it will depend on the story of the couple at the end of the day, right?
Right.
And you how approach it. So let's go back to what you said earlier, Jeff. No, yung being curious at first. Kasi I think we all started na curious tayo sa isang bagay eh.
Right.
And then mafa-find out natin, I can excel to this type of work, right?
Right.
So go ahead.
Because I have this personality na if I want it, I'll get it. Right. So pero I would say like in a positive way. So kasi meron naman negative yun. So in a positive way.
For sure.
So if I want it, I'll do it, and then parang I'll spend time and then try to master it. Same as music. Late na rin ako nag-start na music eh. Pero we'll talk about that. Pero yun nga, sabi ko, curious ako, and then I'm like, I think I can do it. Not just I think not just I can do it, but I think I'll be good at better, or try to be best at it. So
Yes, and I would say that if you really put everything into it, right, and you dedicate yourself to the craft, definitely there's a reward to it, right? And so basically it's not just about filmmaking and then about weddings. And let's go to music videos. So how did the music video scene, parang paano ka ba parang na-in love, sige, sa ganyang tipong filming when it comes to mga music video? Because we're gonna show later yung sneak peek nung nagawa mo. Sige.
Okay.
If you want to talk about that for a little bit. No. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought like you're showing something, but anyhow, so I said like, okay, I did tons of weddings like since then, and then I said like, okay, how about since I do music and filming at the same time, why not filming like a fellow musicians? So kasi madaling makarelate eh. Music is one of my passion, and parang easy na lahat eh. I listen to any kind of music, like from classic to rock to jazz or whatsoever, metal, hip hop, so everything. I'm a music lover, I would say. And then sabi ko, okay, let's just I'll do music videos, and then I talked to one of my good friend, actually based in LA, Q York. I don't know if you guys heard about Q York. Noah Lazarus. Actually, they're one of the OPM artists actually dyan sa Pinas.
Nice.
With collaboration before with Ken Johns, Mainit. And then like they're originally from New York, and then now he's based in LA, and then he's MC of FIBA 3x3. And then I said, okay, I talked to him. It's like, how about let's do a music video, from one of your songs. And then I started to music videos. I said like, okay, this is a different approach again, different camera technique, and then different type of editing. So kind of challenging because like it's a different again another learning curve for me. I said like, okay, so at least not just like you're not stuck with just doing wedding films. At least you can be a versatile filmmaker.
Unless it's a wedding music video,
Yeah, actually,
why not?
People do that. Yeah, people do that. So actually, way back then, like 2011, 2012, couples in the Philippines, they do that. They want like a music video theme wedding video, so something like that. So yeah.
Nice. I like, Jeff, I like what you said earlier regarding music, because our background with the DJ Big Brian is we were DJs in the Philippines, and you said that music, you appreciate every music, right? Any genre, like classic. Yeah, ganyan yan. If you're into music talaga, you appreciate even it's a country music, classic, whatever music, right, Bri?
Yeah, that's
What
true.
can you say about that?
I mean, the genres are there. As DJs, we get to explore, of course, all types of sorts of music. But generally, the station has their preferred music. Those those type of music na will bring food to the table. So we just can't play all the music that we want. I mean, I have my favorite bands outside what we play over on the air, but sometimes we get a moment or two to get to play our favorite song. But other than that, we generally have no control over the playlist unless, of course, our general manager says, "Hey, you guys can play anything you like, right?"
Yeah.
But we did
yeah.
that. We did that in Shopsville. I remember we can play anything there.
Yeah, it's like halo format.
Yes, because we had jocks who play Metallica, who play all those hard rock songs, and then we have another jock who loves praise music. So it's a combination of both worlds. Depending on the jock, he brings the genre to the table. He brings his own preferred music to his program. But in most cases, we just do whatever it is that's on the playlist, and that's it.
Yeah, and then the good thing about that is Jeff mentioned it's like his love for music, his passion for music, and combining it with his talent for filmmaking. So, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Pinagsama mo, and you produce this amazing music video. And at the end of the day is your client or your friend, whoever's in that music video, will be happy, right? That's what matters. Yung fruit of the labor.
For sure,
and, the end result.
I mean, a happy client for sure.
So so ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you a quick preview of what Jeff did for this particular music video. Here we go.
Shades of skin, color, and religions got us killing each other, but nobody winning. Is this the world we leave for the children? It takes seconds to destroy what we're building. Does it take a common enemy for us to unify? Side by side we stand when there's aliens in the sky. Are we alone, searching for a new home in the stars, cause we destroying our own? I'm in my own zone now. I keep it real all the way.
Oh,
Awesome,
yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I like the concept. When I watched it the first time, I already saw the message, like unification, right?
Yes,
Who's that guy singing? Is that you, Jeff?
No.
That's Samuhu, right?
That's what you said. Sino yan, yung Q York, sabi mo?
Yeah, Q York. Yeah.
I thought it was Samuhung.
No.
Hindi.
That's Q York.
Actually, yung Q
okay,
York sa ano yan, Jeff sa Montreal yan. Quebec, New York.
Yeah.
Naging Q York.
It's actually they originated from Queens, New York. That's why.
Queens, New York. Oh, no wonder it's called Q York.
Yes.
I thought it originated from Q Mart, New York, in Cubao.
Maybe Q Mart in the Philippines.
Yeah. Q Mart, New York, in near Cubao.
We're having fun, guys. If you have questions later on for our special guest, Jeff Toledo, when it comes to filmmaking, music, and adventure, just put it in the comment section below. And right now, gusto ko lang batiin, ha? Yung mga friends natin. And if you have greetings to Jeff and Bri, feel free. Ito si Mr. Benjamin John Salarzon. Greetings daw to all the officers and members of Rotary Club. Yan ba yung kaibigan mo?
Oo, laging
yun pala.
listener mo yan. Alam mo, ano yan, masugid nating viewer sa ating mga program.
Yeah, nako.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, if you have any you want.
There's a lot of like from my Facebook friends and friends actually, like true friends naman. So actually, there's Hector Almazan who's watching from New Jersey. Emun Magaruru, another a good friend of mine, and then at the same time a great wedding filmmaker. Jen Dado from Philippine Airlines, and Serge Cruzem. Yeah, yun yung business partner ko before, and a great photographer.
All right. I
Awesome,
want to greet
awesome.
some of our friends who are online right now. See, Prof. Narisa Revilla is watching, together with my Lubby-Dubs Lenny, our talent Mark and Romy, and together with Kate. They're all watching right now habang ginagawa natin to.
Yeah, and if you just tune in, guys, we are having a discussion with yung filmmaking, music, and adventure. Yeah, music and adventure is coming up in just a few. So, Jeff, instead of being just a filmmaker, right? Parang, how did the love for music in terms of the drums? Love for being a drummer.
Right.
Kasi,
So music, actually, I started late, I would say. Like I started at the age of 17. Actually, that's my first love, yung talaga, yung drums.
First love
music,
music
in general. Because I started playing actually guitar before drums. So I learned how to play guitar through my cousin. Siyempre sa Pinas, tambay-tambay lang, di ba? So, and then when yung mga start before like Parokya ni Edgar, Eraserheads days, 90s.
Oh, I love those bands, man.
Yeah, mga River Maya, and then I got curious. I was like, wow, so like how I want to play, I want to play guitar. So I said to my cousin, so Kuya, just teach me how to play it, and then. Here's one of my personality, like yung term na like I'll spend tons of tons of hours just to master it. So my first chords ako before na piniplay sa guitar, and then I spent like a whole day just to learn it, and then actually I learned how to play drums actually through church na. So church. Sa Galas Church of Christ, Quezon City. And then I before kasi parang ako before I was like fake until you make it, right? So I have no idea at first like how to play drums talaga. But like through watching videos before, so I think I can do it. So spent tons of time again practicing 6 hours a day, and then I got a formal lesson, which is eventually naging co-teacher ko sa Yamaha School of Music. So I teach
drums.
Yes, I teach. I taught drums sa Yamaha School of Music sa Makati, but because of this guy named Jonathan Thailan, I got a formal lesson first from him, and same as Kuya Wayne. I'm mentioning names right now, but those are actually the people who helped me, grow when it comes to my with my music. And I would say like to be a firm musician, and then eventually when I do like gigs with bands again after and a show band na ako, so every bars, especially sa Mabini area, Ermita, so I do play, and meron pang Manila Bay before. Tomas Moratoren, there's tons of
a lot of them are here.
There's tons of bars actually, and then I got I would say sobrang passionate when it comes to music. Like I want to be parang I want to be I want to be one of the greatest. Mga ganon.
Yeah, no, siyempre.
Yeah. So
give your 110%.
Yeah.
I'm always fascinated, pagka nakakapanood ako ng mga banda. Yung yung drummer nga, yung super energetic. Kasi ito rin yung wife ko kasi she loves Foo Fighters.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Red Hot. So when we watch the concert, talagang alam mo yun, napapayugyug ka. So ang tanong ko dun, Jeff, is paano mo na yung parang synchronization bang tawag doon? Yung kamay mo, yung palo mo. Minsan kasi sabi nga nila pag sabay yung kamay mo is how do you
Yeah.
paano mo-
Jeff, before you
Yeah.
answer that question,
Oo.
in a similar fashion, my mom was also a drummer.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Well,
Nice.
well,
she would always go after me and scold me, and she turned into a drummer, and that's how she practiced. Okay,
Hindi,
and she's
drummer din ako dati eh. You
a
know,
drummer.
you have water, right? Kailangan mo lagay sa drum. And then
Ah,
you fetch water, sabi nga nila.
I think we need like a cymbal sound. Tadak.
Yeah. Ay, hindi natin na-prepare yan. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
So I think the term for that is like multitasking, right? So
Yun,
we-
yeah.
we have different limbs. Actually, every person has a rhythm. Meron eh, like when we do clap, when we dance, so meron, nakakasabay tayo. But some of the people like hindi pa na-unlock. Yung mga ganun.
Ayun, hindi pa nila na-discover, right?
tama.
Hindi pa na-discover eh. Para
Okay, wag na nilang i-discover yung mga ganun.
yeah. Well, pwede din. Pero most of the people, like, we have like an internal rhythm. So we clap, we dance, when we hear music, when we listen to music, like we groove. So we have those like in us naturally. And then what at first actually ang hirap multitask, diba? Like yung limbs mo hiwa-hiwalay, ganon. And then there's like lessons called independence with drum independence. So how to separate your limbs. So iba yung
Separate your limbs.
Yeah, iba yung ginagawa, like your iba yung ginagawa ng right hand sa left hand, even your feet. So I mean I would say like it's a challenging. People think na para drums lang yan, ganon. Pero actually it's a challenging instrument. So
just don't do it literally, yung separating of the limbs. Baka magkatanggalan yan. So anyway, I'm always curious about yung sa drums kasi when you're watching a band, di ba? Minsan we're focused on the vocalist, right?
Yes.
But when you see yung the energy of the drummer, yun din nagdadala eh. Yung groove. So you get to appreciate the music more because
actually,
you feel it, you dance, right?
Drums is the foundation and the backbone of the band actually. So without the beat, of course, but I mean you can still do acoustic, but it's a different world if there's like a drum beat, right? So yeah.
So we'll show a little bit of Jeff doing his stuff when it comes to drums. So here we go right now.
Sige.
Okay, hold on.
Baka ibang video yan.
Is it worth it? Can you even hear me? Starting with your spotlight on me. Not enough to feed the hungry. I'm tired and I fell for a while now. This sea of lonely. The taste of ink is getting old. It's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Each day gets more ramble like a left. Still I can see it coming. While I'm standing in the river drowning. This could be my chance to break out. This could be my chance to say goodbye. At last it's finally over. Couldn't take this down much longer. And half that was it.
Awesome, man.
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Is Steve Moore still alive? The crazy mad drummer from the band called ZZ Top. I mean, that guy's. If you remember this video where the guy plays this song "Sharp Dressed Man" and the drummer went all crazy. It's like he's
I think I've seen that.
you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
That guy's really
doing
crazy.
some stick throws.
Oh, he's doing
Yeah.
acrobatics at the background, and he steals the show, and the focus is on him. I mean, the music is there, but the entertainment is brought about by this guy Steve Moore and his band Rick and the All Nighters.
Yeah.
So it was an old video. I think it was in 2010 pa when they came up with that video. But when it comes to drums, yan lang naalala ko.
Yeah.
The guy who
So-
played the sharp dressed man.
So, okay, Jeff, do you have any like a ritual? Like, when some people are, yung iba nakahubad. You know?
Actually, when I play drums, mostly focus lang because I need to feel it. I need to feel it.
Yeah.
And then when I get loose, siguro konting, beer sa gilid. Yeah. When I get loose, especially for shows, just, you need to, may entice ka rin dapat sa audience mo, right? So you need to
You feel the audience as well, right?
Yes, kailangan may interaction. Yeah,
Interaction.
Interact with the audience. Because most of the time, because they can't see you, right? So sometimes
you're at the back.
Yeah, you need to do some like extra movements or extra whatever, so they can like they can see that there's a drummer there. So
extracurricular activity in the back. And Bri, actually Jeff is a professional drummer. He's now a member of a band called Collision Course. So Jeff, can you tell us, so how did it come about? Did you like audition to be with the band, or how did it start?
Okay,
did you collided with each other?
I really like the name. It's catchy. Basically, right, Bri?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Collision. Everybody's like a drummer there and just.
Yeah, but we don't want any collision happening on the road, huh? Collision between maybe like the music and the interaction with your audience. So if you'd like to expound more on that, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. So before that, I used to have a band in the Philippines. I'll start with that called Clay. So we do OPMs, Tagalogs and stuff like. We have some collaboration with Glock 9 and JR. And then when I moved here in Canada, like I still missed, like performing and at the same time playing music with the band. And then I saw this guy, Anton, hoping he's watching right now. That's our vocalist. He's from up north BC, and then he moved here in downtown Vancouver, and then he's looking for a bandmates because he used to have a band up north. But because of he wants to venture more like in like a bigger audience here in downtown Vancouver, so they got disbanded, and then he looked for like new members. So when I saw that posting on Facebook, I said like, okay, I'll try to. So I did audition with Collision Course. Nice. I'm the only Pinoy. I'm the only Filipino. So
are you the only Asian in the group, or are there?
Yeah. So only Asian. Right now, Anton, Brad, and then Chris. Used to be TJ, our bassist, but now we have Chris on the boat right now, and then me, the only Asian guy. So and then mostly like I don't know, white puti na sila.
Wait, this is not the Collision band that was a heavy metal band from New York.
No.
That's a different band, right?
No, it's a different one. It's still like this is a young group of people. Yes, young group.
Diba, Jeff, it's like humbling, no? When you get to be with, una it's your passion, drums, and at the same time you get to perform in front of your audience. So, what's really the feeling when you're there on stage performing? So can you tell us more about that?
I would say it's fulfilling because like we spend tons of time for practice, just to master our music, and at the same time, we want to contribute to the music industry, not just like here in Canada, but eventually internationally. Like when you're on the stage, especially on my drum throne, it's a different feeling. Stage sets to be like elevated, so but you feel like elevated.
You're on top of everyone, right?
Yes, yeah, like that. But at the same time, you're leading them to your music.
Yeah.
So same level pa din, right? So and then that's our music is our way to connect to the audience, and at the same time and to have some interaction. They can feel it, and then we love it when they do response, headbang, or move at the same time in our group. So yeah, I mean, I would say like it's a fulfilling, like people listen to your music, every parts, guitar parts, bass, and then my drum part, like when we put it together. So yeah, we have connection with the audience.
Yeah. So Jeff, do you feel the same way ba? Kasi I don't know if about you, Brian, because when I'm about to go on board on radio, right? Let's say maybe 10 minutes before I go on the air. I always have this yung talagang nervyos.
Excitement, yes.
Yeah, jitters.
Yeah,
But
we all get that.
when I open the mic, it's like I don't know anyone anymore. It's a different persona. So, do you feel the same way, Jeff? If you have your sticks, before you do you have like stage fright then?
Yeah, even though like we memorize our our parts, like still like before the show starts, I still I feel like I'm kind of nervous, and the same like anxious at the same time. You don't know what will be the response of like the audience,
expectations, right?
Yes,
the people, the audience,
and then excited. But once you hit that first note, that first part, and then it'll be like boom, magic na.
Yeah.
So parang you don't. That's it, and like let it flow.
Yes, and sabi nga, di ba? You treat your audience as like they're not moving. Para mga bato yan, stones. You don't see anyone. You just do your thing, right?
I thought you treat your audience like the drums, like.
Hindi, mahirap naman yun. It's kind of hard to do that. So, let's this time around, what's going on around us. Every DJ or if you're doing events, musicians, you face, this. It's a tough situation for us, right? So, what are the challenges really that you guys face as musicians, especially if you're in a band like this?
Yeah. First of all, we're not seeing each other right now. So but still, a continuous communication, right? I mean, there's a lot of medium like Messenger, Skype. We do Skype meeting, but right now, of course, it's kind of like a struggle because we got stuck. We supposedly released EP songs because we did some recording last January, February, and then COVID came. For us, like okay, we're kind of stuck right here. We don't know what to do. There's tons of musicians or artists who's doing like live online shows, right? So
yeah, that's right.
We had those kind of ideas, but we haven't done anything right now. So, but actually here in Canada, ano ba to? Medyo maluwag yung when it comes to like gathering. So, I think next week we're gonna start doing some rehearsals. Because I've heard like some countries, especially in the Philippines, like no gatherings, and then limited lang yung people na pwede lumabas. There's like a certain age, right? So
there's a limit to things here right now, but Filipinos are pasaway, so it doesn't really matter.
And then so eventually it'll this will be the it's kind of like a restart for everything, right? So just continue. We're just gonna continue what we're doing. Write songs, record, because there's tons of mediums nowadays. But of course, performing live is different, right? So
I think it will be a while before everything comes back to live events and performance on stage. I mean, Bernie and I, we had a share of our limelight on stage because we used to do shows, of course. Pero ako as a host, I think hindi na babalik kaagad yung one to a large group of audience engagement for a while. Even after everybody has been vaccinated and inoculated and everyone got the vaccine and stuff.
Yeah.
We still have to make sure that we don't turn into zombies or anything like that, right? So
hopefully not, man.
Hopefully not. Yeah, it will be a while. And it's hurting everyone in the events industry, especially us musicians. it's difficult for us to, of course, engage without the audience because that's where we draw our energy from, diba?
That's true.
And to give my take on what Jeff said, no, yung para ka lang you're just like riding a bike, and then eventually when you have the groove again, you know, you're back together. It'll be easier,
Tama.
right?
Yeah, you
performing
can't
again.
unlearn it. You have parang nasa nature mo na yun eh. You just need to pick up the pieces and remember where you took off, diba? Just to give you a good ride back. And it's ano to, I think it's going to happen to everyone, especially well, buti siya sa inyo kasi in Canada you guys are have lesser strict policies on engagement. Right.
I would say like because people here are cooperating.
There you go. The Canadians are very ano to.
Alam mo naman ng Pinoy, no? Pag napunta ng abroad, di ba?
Yeah, but Filipinos there
na
are following the rules, huh?
Of course.
I would say yes. I would say, and then most of the people, not just like Filipinos, because we want to get rid of this as soon as possible, right?
Yes,
even though wala
sure.
pang vaccine, pero as much as possible. Because right now we can gather 50 people.
Well, good for you guys. Dito sa Ontario, hindi pa pwede.
Oh yeah. So
medyo mahigpit ng konti dito.
Dito hindi rin pwede. We have a limit to about 5 people in a room.
Oh wow.
So you can't
ano yan, parang kwentuhan lang talaga among family members. Pwede.
And you have to be at least 1 meter apart inside the room.
Yeah. 6 feet talaga, no? Oh wow, awesome. So right now since we've been talking about your band Collision Course, so we'll show a little bit of what you guys can do on stage, okay? A little bit, a snippet. So here we go right now with the band called Collision Course. Whoops. Yeah, in time. Maybe we'll wait for a while.
Yeah. Okay lang.
I don't wanna hear your voice. I don't wanna be a choice. I don't even wanna know your plans. I just want to be who I am. I don't wanna see your face. I don't wanna be disgraced. I don't even know I'm not a man. I just want to be who I am. What's happening? What's happening? Don't I think I'm so free? What's happening? What's happening? Don't I think I'm what's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Awesome, man.
That's great music, huh?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Collision Course is a grunge rock band. So we're trying to throw back those 90s vibe of rock. So there's like a Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins-ish vibe yung music namin.
Nice.
Jeff, sabi ni Richie Pacle, kasama ko tong DJ sa ELSM Radio. Sabi niya, panalo, ang galing.
Oh, thank you.
Naman.
Yeah, thank you, Richie.
And, and then my mom is watching from Florida. Hello to you, mom. And batiin natin ang iba pa mga kaibigan natin, ha? Before we forget, si Ate France. Ayan. And if you have more greetings, guys,
I want to
feel
greet my
free.
mom who's watching right now.
Yeah.
She's in Bulacan, no? Kaya, hi, mom. Welcome to the show.
Yan, yung ate ko nanonood sa atin ngayon. Ate Mai, Jella Cruz season from Vancouver too, and Marlon Estrada because I do mountain bike at the same time. And one of my adventures yan. So
awesome,
Marlon, hi.
Yan. And thank you Richie for watching. And yan, very nice yung talagang ginagawa ni Jeff, no? This guy has many talents, no? He's like everywhere. It's so nice to meet someone because when I work with him, I see his passion talaga eh. You know, kasi I really like yung person na when you work, you're focused, right, Jeff? You're like in your moment. So sometimes, how do you find or how do you, parang saan ka ba nagdodraw ng inspiration to do all this stuff? Like yung filmmaking mo, music video, and then right now yung sa music nyo, sa pagda-drums.
Siguro, I'll stick with the music, with the wedding film. Like how I prepared for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nowadays, it's parang free flow na lang. Because like through my experience that I've gained, mabilis ako mag-isip. Parang any kind of situation right now, parang okay, so anticipated ko na yung mga mangyayari.
And you adapt, right, to the situation.
Yeah, to the situation, because you need again what I said, like a wedding day is a fast-paced environment. There's no take twos.
Run and gun situation.
Run and gun talaga. So you need to anticipate every moment. So think ahead. So like I say this to my shooters, my co-shooters na think ahead. Like we're gonna do the same thing, but again, it'll be every time it'll be a different scenarios. I'll start with the music. So I'll start music kasi
go ahead.
For the final product, with a wedding film, like music is music is
important.
A big part of it.
Yes.
And then that will set the mood of your film, and that will set like how you're gonna put every clips, right? So
yan ang pinakamatagal actually hanapin. Same like with me when I edit, it's always the music first.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Aside from weddings, do you also cover like ano ba binyag sa English?
Baptism? Christening?
Christening. There you go, christening.
Any
have
events,
you had
right?
a chance to
sure,
cover christening too, or
no, but like a wake, yung wake.
A wake.
Yeah.
Burial,
So member ka rin pala ng KBP.
What is it?
Ano yan?
Kasal, binyag, patay.
Yeah.
I did that one time, and it's hard for me because my emotions, mabilis akong maiyak eh. And I just filmed one time, and hindi ko na inulit kasi it's kind of hard, right? Kasi it's very emotional sa family members. So, and I can easily relate kasi minsan manood lang ako ng drama eh. Naiyak na ako eh.
I hosted a wake.
It's really hard.
I hosted a wake one time, and the people we were singing in a choir, no. We had to sing Hindi Kita Malilimutan, and the of course the arranger was Lucio San Pedro for that song for a choir. Pag kinanta yun, ang dulo no napaka-grand. It's so grand in the end. And so instead of people crying over that song, and we all know that Hindi Kita Malilimutan, although it's a love song, is very emotional when played over a wake.
Yeah.
People started clapping afterwards. So
Wow.
it was surreal. Instead of crying, they were all clapping.
Maybe a celebration of what's going on.
No, I think they were just happy to hear a good song. That's it.
Yeah.
Ayun,
They
nice.
forgot the wake. Diyan ka muna, we want to listen to the song. So, Pala ka dyan.
Wala palang patay.
wala pa lang. I don't know why. I mean, it's weird, no? It's the first time na may pumalakpak sa patay. So, parang, I don't know if they're happy that you're dead or...
Ibang klase na yun. Ayun, so, right now, if you guys just tuned in, and welcome po to the show, and we are talking about filmmaking, music, and this time around, we'll go to adventure, right, Jeff?
Oh,
as me, kaya nga, sabi ko kanina, I see myself in Jeff, actually, because he loves filmmaking, music, at the same time, travel.
yeah.
Wow.
If I travel, the one thing that I never ever forget is my camera. Right, Jeff?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
So it's really interesting because nowadays you can have the very best gadget. Diba? Ngayon, pwede lang yung phone mo.
Right.
What matters is the story.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
that
there you
you
go.
that you produce. So, ikaw, Jeff, I've seen your videos. It's amazing. You know, yung papakita natin mamaya, yung travel video mo sa Europe, ano. But
Yeah.
how do you get those shots? Parang, do you prepare beforehand? So, what's parang what does it take para sa'yo makapag-produce ng ganon?
Again, beforehand,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like what kind of again, like it boils down to music.
Yeah.
What-
Again, right? Music.
Yeah, music. It's a big part of like your storytelling. So let's say I want something like a fast-paced cinematic epic video for my travel. So I'll start with the music. I will listen to tons of selections, and then after, because usually at the same time you want to enjoy your travel, right? Because parang ayaw mo naman na palagi nagfi-film ka lang, parang ganon. But again, mabilis lang talaga ako mag-isip. So
Advance ka mag-isip.
Yeah,
pero hindi naman mabilis magbago mag-isip.
Yeah.
Hindi naman.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So and again, my experience. Once I look into one location, parang okay, I know what to get. I know what shot will take. And then even though I'm not familiar, because like that's my first time, being in that place, being in that location. Usually, architecture. So this is like the camera technique that I'll do, and then usually pag travel videos or like mga ginagawa ko, especially destination weddings, as much as possible, I want to enjoy my my time in there. Pero this one, like, it happened. So like there's a time na I did a wedding in New York, but I didn't get a chance to film. So I said like, okay, when I get back. So my first trip, parang nag-scout lang ako. I was like, okay, I'll just feel it. Like what New York looks like. So walk to Times Square and then like the bridge, and then see what's in there. And then when I came back, like the following year, I said, okay, I'll film. So and then nag-scout muna ako ng mga place, and then that the second time, I that's when I execute all of my shots. And then I came up to this.
Nice.
There's one time naman sa Paris naman. Europe. We did the Europe trip last 2019, last year. So I said with my wife. So we did a destination wedding in Germany, but at the same time, we travel like some countries then. So first time. Usually I get like the iconic places first, like the famous places, right? I go there. And then mostly landscape shots lang naman. Then like people.
So that's the formula.
And I would say yes, but again, there's tons of formulas. There's tons of techniques. Again,
I do have a question for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing travel vlogs, and when they go out, they bring out their cameras, they enjoy the place. I know it takes out some of the experience as from the perspective of the cameraman, because instead of enjoying the site, I need to take a shot of this first. So that happens, right? Yeah. I mean, what can you say about people just grabbing their gear and going out and just doing their shots and trying to make a place popular according to their views? And what do you have to say about people nowadays just doing their own videos and stuff and starting a vlog? What do you have to say about those guys?
I think I think those people, like, they start planning first, plan ahead, and then when you go travel, of course you're not just gonna spend 1 or 2 days. So usually when I do destination weddings, I allotted like extra days so I can film, and at the same time do I can film, I can chill, and I can do some travel vlogs, right? So so mag-alat lang ng mga days. So let's say you can, like, you'll visit like in the States for, let's say, a week, but like 2 days for work, and then the rest is vacation, right? So maybe first day execute ng plan, like where to go, and then like what kind of shots are you gonna do. So just chill, enjoy the moment, and then the following day execute your ideas. So para hindi mabigat. So and then do research at the same time. Para like what kind of stuff or locations are you gonna film? Because you're not just like filming like nonsense location or stuff, right? So research first about the place that you're going to. What's the famous food? What's the famous iconic places, churches, old churches, museums, people who's behind like history. So something like that. So
it has to have a story, parang ganon.
yes. So and then people can have an idea. Oh, let's say that's Manila is. That's
Okay.
Manila is.
Just a follow-up question on that. So if I'm a starter travel, vlogger, what would be the basic equipment that I should be bringing along with me that will be light to use, enough to produce something that I think will be good for my audience, and something that it will be not too expensive. Na alam naman natin, when you go out in unfamiliar places, I might lose it, right? So what are those kind of equipments that I should be, I can bring along?
Yeah, like Bernie mentioned earlier, you can use your phone. Use your phone because some phones are expensive, but at the same time, you're using it like for everyday use, right? So like you use it for everything, streaming, whatever, phone, cameras. And I think that's it. And at the same time, your ideas and like how do you talk, how you're gonna deliver it, because like of course like a perfect, a smooth deliver of, I'd say, like the way you speak, and that will get an attention from the audience, right? Because usually may mga vlogs na parang like you don't want to listen to it because like they're talking nonsense. So first, I would say phone is the best if you do have a budget, because right now there's like pocket size gadgets nowadays, right? Yeah. Drones big as my phone. There's a drone that big as my phone. Cameras that big as my phone, but captures like really high definition quality 4Ks. Like every gadgets nowadays, especially for filming, is like handy. You can like just with your there's like a specific backpack for that, and then you can throw everything like set up.
The smaller the gadget you can bring is the better, right?
Pack light. Talagang pack light lang talaga. Yeah.
The smaller the gadget, the easier it is to lose.
Well, it depends on you.
That's the conspiracy right there. That's why they put their mobile phones. That's why they build them smaller because it's easier to lose, and you get to buy another one.
I like what Jeff mentioned earlier. No, when it comes to location scouting, right? When you're in a like a new area, let's say abroad. Yeah. It's like the term is editing in mind as well. Yeah. When you look at the place, kind of like already what to put in the end video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically picturing what's going on in your mind before you actually take the shot. Yeah, and that's right. It works the same. It has the same principle in voice acting. You create mental images first. So I ask my students to imagine the scene that's transpiring in your head before you actually be part of it. Sa vlogging, sa travel, you get to plan ahead, of course, kung ano yung shot na gusto mo, whatever it is that you want to do. Something crazy and not too dangerous. And on that point, I want to ask you, Jeff, what is your opinion about people and folks trying to come up with those crazy poses just for an Instagram or a TikTok like? How dangerous should you go? How far should you go to get those shots, and what do you have to say about them?
First of all, I'm not with I don't do TikToks. So
good for you, man.
Yeah. I mean I've seen a lot of course, like when they post it on social media. And like especially in like on Instagram, there's crazy people. I've heard like a guy from from China who died last year, like doing some stunts and just to take photos, right? I guess it's up to you, right? No one can limit your imagination, like your for being an artist or like a media influencer or something like that. So like no one can limit what you do. It's up to you how you're gonna limit yourself. All right. I mean, you can take some advice, but at the end of the day, it will be your decision. So like what kind of stuff you're gonna put on social media, what kind of stuff you're gonna introduce to people. No one's gonna limit to you with that. And then that where the imagination will become limitless. Yeah.
And of course, yung ano na rin, yung syempre add to yung common sense.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, safety first all the time, right?
Sentido común.
Yeah, and then I have a follow-up question regarding yung how do you syempre we have seen a lot of travel videos online, a lot. It's kind of like saturated na rin sometimes, right? So how do you separate yourself? You know, when creating this epic travel video.
Right. I would say nowadays it's hard to separate yourself because there's tons of people who's like doing it, right? For me, I think I need to please myself first. So once I I'm satisfied what I did. For me, that's my masterpiece. That's it. I don't need to allow or like let people tell me what to do. I mean, of course, like I'll take advice, but regarding to your question, I watch actually some vloggers, some social media influencers, like those people who started early doing that, and at the same time, like I would say, like professional social media influencer, right? So there's Sam Calder, Peter McKinnon. I mean, there's tons of people. Nas Daily, actually, I watch like his vlog. It's like a minute, but like it's meaty.
You have to capture the attention of the people right away.
That's right. Make sure your content has something. Okay, when you put it on YouTube, on social media, again, YouTube is the second, what is this, like largest engine, engine search that we use after Google. So make sure like when people go there, they can find something from you. They can get something from you. So like most of the time, like how to cook adobo.
Everything is on YouTube nowadays.
You can see the content yourself, right? I mean, I've seen vloggers who will go around and just eat and travel, and you get to capture the reaction on their faces, and sometimes I feel that they're exaggerating everything. I mean, they're only eating adobo, and they go like, ang sarap. It's like, wow, this is the best. It's so fresh. It's exquisite.
Maybe it's really delicious.
Yeah. Well,
man, that's just adobo, man. We get to eat that every day here. It's crazy, right? I mean, it's that exotic.
Some people like parang mababaw lang kaligayahan, right? So I mean, everything that can entertain us and at the same time to gain knowledge at the same So I think those are the content that people will look into. So yeah,
I think
you said earlier,
you should try to exaggerate everything, no? When you're a vlogger, when you start doing video casts, you start to exaggerate everything.
And siguro parang meron parang way of kasi it goes to show you have your passion. So sometimes when people see it a different way, like maybe this guy is exaggerating, but to take it into a bigger yung parang context nung scenario is you're vlogging because you're passionate about it, right? And you want to share with the world. Kumbaga, sabi mo nga Jeff, you're in control of what you produce, right? It's like at first you're competing with yourself.
That's
because
right. Yeah.
This is what I want to do. This is what I want to share with the world. So ganon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to vlogging, there's different genres then at the same time, right? So and then people can see your personality, what kind of person you are. It's like and then there's like you can set your audience because they can relate to you. I mean, I've seen like Filipino vloggers. Sometimes people think like, they're talking nonsense, but they like some people can relate because that's my everyday life. That's how I do life, right? So people can relate to that. I mean, there's tons of categories. So I think if you're starting blog, I'm still learning actually. Like when you start, like do research first and what's your target audience. So because like everyone's not interested. Maybe not everyone's not interested for what you're doing, but you have a certain audience for that. Same as music, diba? Hindi naman gusto lahat ng genre.
So, Brian and Jeff will show everyone yung travel video that Jeff did when he went, and your wife, right? When you went to Europe. So here we go with Jeff's travel video.
Shades of skin color and religion.
There you go.
Oh, kita mo naman.
Humabol pa yung music video.
I mean, that feels.
Awesome.
The video feels like Inception. You know, you can see some of the shots there, right? It's really greatly produced. I mean, wow.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
What did you need to bring with you to get those shots? I mean, mobile phone lang ba yun? Binabato mo ba yun just to get the aerial shot of
Oh, Jeff, before you answer that, ha? Ito, sabihin ko lang, ha? I really like the movement. You can really tell yung story, eh. When, especially, I like the shot nung, yung birds, pigeons, right?
Yeah.
Yun, and...
No, binugaw mo ba yun? Binato mo ba ng
yung kulay, bro. Kulay, it was top-notch. Yung kulay is on point. The cinematic. Yeah, everything, man. Hats off to you, Jeff. You did an amazing job.
Thank you. I was gonna answer yung question niya. Like, actually, we have like biscuits, cookies.
Oh, biscuits.
Actually, the best for pigeons is like rice. Mas okay sila doon. Pero we have tons of cookies, and then we throw it on the floor, and then they gather, and then sinuko sila. And then
binugaw mo. So, nagsaing ka muna, hindi naman gano'n.
Don't feed the animals daw.
Go ahead.
Speaking of animals, I just want to greet some friends. Animals.
Oh, sige. Go ahead.
No. These are our friends who just joined us. I want to say hi to them. I want to say hi to Pats, Andrea, two of the beautiful ladies, and of course to Jordan, who's also watching us right now. And some of our folks, Nicole is also watching, and my sister Yisha is also watching. Yisha? Shasha lang yun eh. Okay, and everybody's everybody's enjoying our show. I hope you guys are having a
And,
fun time as we are.
Greet ko na rin ha,
There you
yung si Chong Roger, and to Tita Leonie, hello to you, and to Mark, pati yung brother ko si Manny, at yung kanyang may bahay na si Ate Lucy. And maraming salamat sa inyong walang sawang panood mga kaibigan. And still, the Love Chat with David Hart and with DJ Brian. And of
Yes.
course, our special guest, Mr. Jeff Toledo. So man, really amazing stuff that you have shown us. Ito, yun nga yung sa vlogging, ano? Sabi mo, meron kang fina-follow na mga guys din. And in terms of what's the best way talaga na para maka-start ka? Ano yun? Parang start mo kaagad? O do you
just
plan
jump
it?
into
Kasi may mga tao, syempre, minsan, we think about, I wanna do vlogs. But at the end of the day,
Alam mo,
walang-
nauuso yan, Berna. Nowadays, people are contemplating on whether to jump into vlogging and podcasting and video casting, especially na COVID tayo and everything. So, I just wanna side comment on your question. Anong pwede mong ano sa kanila, ma-advise sa kanila?
Oh, sige, yeah.
Yeah. Yung sa akin kasi, so I have no plans actually to do vlogs. But
Trip
like
lang, ganun, trip.
first of all, yeah, I think that's my first thought. Like trip lang siguro.
Kung nag-uumpisa yan, di ba? Trip lang muna.
Trip lang. Kasi again, yung COVID, so like you can't do anything. Hindi ka pwede lumabas. Yung like the first 2 months here in like especially in specifically in BC, and then like what else I can do, so and then I bought a Jeep.
Nice.
So doon nag-start lahat and then I did my research, and then I said like, you know what, like I want to let people know that what I'm doing with my Jeep, and then I did some tons of research. Until now, nag-research pa rin ako about my Jeep and about off-roading, because that's what my content is. So about Jeep, off-roading, and overlanding, which is camping and wheeling, and then
modification, customization, right?
Mods na when it comes to my when it comes to my Jeep, DIYs. So I tackle those stuff. I think first trip lang and then I think you need to have a talent. Talent rin to like speaking, how to engage with people, how to engage to your audience, because some, I would say, like especially celebrities, like they have already an advantage for that, right? So because like they're popular, people are following them like since then. But like people who's just starting doing some vlogs, like you need to be unique. You need to have I would say like talent how to deliver it. Because I follow this guy, the YouTube channel called Trail Recon. I think
I know that guy. He has a red Jeep.
Yes, I think they're in the YouTube industry for 3 years now. Pero they have like 400,000 subscribers.
Nice.
And YouTube is a good tool for, of course, like some people actually do YouTube because of monetization. So that's one of the purpose for that. And at the same time, deliver your like what stuff you do. So I follow this Trail Recon and getting some ideas, and then I'll do my own research too, so I know how to deliver it, how to how to share it to my vlogs. I would say it needs a talent at the same time.
Yeah, and to add to what you said, no? Siyempre yung confidence, una-una yan.
Yes.
Kasi nga sabi nga nila it's not for everyone. Kasi may mga tao na talagang they're, una-una, when they hold the camera, they're scared to even turn it on. And ano pa yung iaharap mo sa face mo, di ba?
Right.
Minsan ganyan kasi when you're walking, let's say you're vlogging, and then yung mga, there are people staring at you. Oh, this guy's, it looks odd.
It looks,
like talking to himself.
Weird, right? Yeah.
So in terms of that, is you really have to accept that. right?
Pero nowadays,
Before,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry, before kasi people are awkward no when they see people around doing selfies and stuff, pero ngayon parang
Yeah.
acceptable na
It's
siya,
norm. It's
right?
the norm na.
Yeah,
And sometimes if I have a separate camera na dala ko, I would take pictures of people taking selfies and just post it online and in an album because it feels weird
And there's a lot of them, right? Na,
Di ba?
Di,
There's so many of them,
maki-join ka na
especially
rin,
to
Brian.
Oo, di ba?
you have a
Nagsa-selfie siya,
compilation.
picture mo habang nagsa-selfie. Wala lang, gusto ko lang mag-picturean yung nagsa-selfie.
Oh, actually, you can do that as a vlog, right? Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
start as a
I
blog.
do capture people who's doing selfies, so that's your compilation.
There you go.
Oh,
They do
man,
nothing
no.
but do selfies, so what in the
Yeah.
world, right?
Brian, we can go on and on talking about yung talent ni Jeff. Kasi talaga
Yeah.
nakaka-inspire eh. Kasi
He's a
ganyan
very
parang
talented dude.
nagkakahawahan yan eh. Yung creativity, right? Do you believe in that, Jeff? Na talagang
I would
na-inspire
say
ka. And then you get to share your talent with the world. So
yeah.
anything na aside from yung advice mo kanina, ano pa masasabi mo with regards to how do you maintain yung tatlong ginagawa mo, right? You're passionate about filmmaking, music, and at the same time right now is adventure. So how do you manage your time with everything?
I would okay. When it comes to time management, to tell you honestly, I'm really bad with that. But once you have the once you have the passion and at the same time like you're eager to pursue it, you'll do it. Wala makakapigil sa'yo. Yung time management, I think I'm still learning with like in that situation. Actually, my wife always she's do a lot of reminders like what to do. It's like oh you edit
Yeah, of
mo.
course.
Yeah. So good, like a good companion at the same time. Monitor ka rin. And of course, like you have to you need to have a fuel. Yung passion mo talaga burn it. And then I like that. Yung sinabi mo, Bernie, na you have be confident. Be confident. People will, put you down. People will say something to you, but like you don't know what's gonna happen if you don't start. So,
Start
slowly.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yes.
start somewhere that interesting at the same time. Hindi lang yung basta-basta. Yeah.
I think that's the very first step talaga, di ba? Parang you have plans, you plan out stuff like this. Oh, I want to do this, but in order for you to achieve something, syempre you have to get out there
Yeah.
and
then,
spread and share your talent. Yeah, go ahead. More
and then,
info.
and then eventually, it's a process. It's a process. You can improve yourself. Again, through research, through advice, learning from others' experience, and then that's how you grow.
So okay,
Awesome.
I have a question for Jeff. So if I'm a newbie, I look up into Jeff, I look up to you, and I want to be a musician. I want to do adventures. I want to do filmmaking, and I'm totally new to everything. Where do I start
That's a good
as a
question.
newbie?
I would say you'll start like the one that you can benefit the most. I would say because it's hard actually to yun nga, di ba, parang sabi nila na jack of all trades and then master of none. Parang hirap naman magkaroon ng ganun title. Is it right now for what I do is like it. I would say like everything is related, but like do whatever what's gonna benefit you most. Because if it's just me, I'll do music full time. That's what I want. But there's like instances or circumstances, your situation, what's your again your priority, yun. Like at your stage, Brian, I would say, because you have you have tons of background too. I'm pretty sure you have tons of talents. Pero saan ka ba nagbe-benefit, right? So so actually. I don't consider myself like 100% a vlogger because I'm getting, I would say, like, my main bread and butter right now is filmmaking. So I put more. So I do vlogs on the side and the music on the side. But whichever is everything that you like is beneficial in a certain point. Pero meron talaga magi-stand out eh.
And
So-
and to add to that, Jeff, vlogging is not easy. It's hard work
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have to, plan things out, do your research, film, edit.
Tama, tama.
It's
You won't
being a
even know
YouTuber,
kung ano yung
it's not
kakagatin ng
easy.
tao, right?
That's true.
There's this one video vlog, yung primitive technology. He just sets up his camera and does all sorts of things, and he's not even talking. There's no background music, and he just starts to build from scratch, right? Yet that side itself is garnering millions of viewers, right? Just to watch him like build a hut or a pot out of clay. So it's crazy.
You really
So you
never
really
know
know.
eh.
Oh,
No?
you'll never know.
Sabi nga is, just start and una-una, isipin mo yung passion mo eh.
Yeah.
And whatever makes you happy. I think that's the most important thing. Kasi everything will flow, right?
I think yes. When it comes to vlogging, like you're sharing what's what's happening to your life, what caused it that makes you happy, and just imagine this: there's billions of people, 6 billion ba ang population of Earth ngayon? I mean,
Dami.
right?
Sa China lang yun.
Is it? No, I think like
Yeah.
I think nagulat ako. Anyway, so yeah, there's like billions of people that can be a target, right? So like through YouTube or like social media, and yeah, just do it. Just believe. You think like, oh, this will be entertaining, and at the same time, like getting some new knowledge from other people. So just do it. Ay maraming maniniwala sa'yo. So yeah.
That's actually a very hard question or hard topic, because a lot of the people nowadays, yung mga past millennials, ano ba? After millennials, ano susunod? Well, after the millennials, kasi now...
Millennials.
Millennials? Hindi, tayo yun. Millennials tayo eh.
Tayo no.
Tayo yun. Millennials tayo eh. I mean, right now, people they don't know where to go, what to do, yung mga students, after college, what to do. Gusto kong maging vlogger, gusto kong maging musician, gusto kong maging ganito, ganyan. They have so many things in mind, and they lack the one thing that I think what the older generation has taught us. It is about focus, right? So focus first on the thing that you love the most, or you think that will bring home the bacon, and then you can venture into other stuff that you want to do. At hindi pwede yung kalat-kalat. So what's your advice for those new people who are going to break into the world of either music, vlogging, or filmmaking? In a nutshell, what should they bring to the table?
I would say like those, like what I'm doing right now, it's not for everyone. Vlogging is not for everyone. Filming is not for everyone. Like do music is not for everyone. I think you need to find your niche, your specific, passion talaga. Because
Calling.
I would say yes, if that's a term, right? So there's people who teach, there's people who do some medical work, there's like engineers, there's architects, there's musicians, but I don't think like it's not, hindi magiging balance eh, di ba? Hindi the vlogging is not for all, but if you think and if you believe that you have a passion, passion for it, same as the music. Be a DJ, be a filmmaker. You think you have it, like believe in yourself. You have an idea, so pursue it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it with caution. Like be cautious at the same time. Kasi I think we need to find our yung sweet spot.
Nice.
Kailangan natin yung kailangan natin yan. Hanapin talaga yung saan ba talaga tayo sa tingin natin kasi baka like people might think like oh, he's doing like just doing a lot of stuff, like what he's good at, right? But if I were gonna ask that, like I actually love music. That's my first
Love mo
my
talaga.
first love talaga. Yeah. So like if I'll spend time, of course, like I'll spend time more on music. But again, on our way on our way in our life, there's like priorities. There's like situation will be different, especially if you have family. But if you, because some of those work on other people. Naging successful sila sa pagiging DJ, naging successful sila sa pagiging vlogger. I mean, but it's not for everyone.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think you need to find first, like, 100% na ba ako sa vlog? Kasi ang dami nagvo-vlog ngayon. Ang dami nagiging filmmaker ngayon. Ang daming musicians ngayon. I mean, if you're gonna think of it like, oh wow, it's crowded. Even sa DJ, like, congested na kami sa industry. Oh, sa teachers, ang dami. Pero ano ba talaga yung niche mo? What fuels you? And I think pursue that.
Nako. Alam mo, DJ Big Brian, madami sana tayong pag-uusapan pa, pero ang dami kung hindi natin kulang ang isang araw sa mga ganung topic kasi very interesting. So, ngayon DJ Brian, pasalamatan natin si Jeff. Nako, maraming salamat, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sa time mo, pero ito bago yan, siyempre ipapakita natin yung reel na ginawa mo, no? Sa mga kaibigan natin. But before that, sige, i-plug mo na i-share mo yung mga gawa mo. Kung ano ba, yung mga mapaplug mo dyan.
Alright, so on Facebook, I'm an operator, like a Vancouver-based wedding studio here called Perspective Studios. Follow and like on Instagram and Facebook, so Perspective Studio CA. I have a band called Collision Course Music on Instagram, at Collision Course Music on Instagram, and then Collision Course Music on Facebook too. We're gonna release EP songs. We're so excited for that. I can't wait actually to be with my bandmates. And music videos, we're gonna release music videos this year. We're planning, actually, we're on a planning stage for our music video. Watch out for new songs, all original songs to. Walang mga cover. Yan, all original songs. And then I have a vlog on YouTube called JT Adventures. So yeah, interesting. It's more on adventure because nabiyaan tayo dito sa British Columbia ng beautiful spots. Especially like in Canada, there's tons of mountains, there's tons of beautiful spots here.
Open parks.
So parang sobrang spectacular. So
hindi ka na kailangan lumayo.
Yun, yeah, it's like
makikita mo na kagad yan.
20 minutes away from our house, like there's a beautiful lake. So mga ganon. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about more on my Jeep. And then maybe one of these days, kasama ko si Bernie magwheeling.
Yeah, we can do collab, bro.
Yun, yeah.
That'll be awesome. Yeah.
We can blog those. So yeah.
So Brian, do you have anything more for Jeff?
Well, you got Jeff. You're a fabulous guy. I hope you have a wonderful adventure ahead dyan sa Canada. Just keep it up. And if ever mapunta ka dito back in Manila, when you guys make a visit, come and drop over my studio here and let's do an album or let's do a song for you guys.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Let's record a song for you guys here in my studio.
Yeah,
it's going to be very exciting, right? So yeah, naku, maraming salamat, Jeff. And before we go, we'll show them yung kabuuan nung gawa ni Jeff Toledo, mga kaibigan. Here we go. Let's wait for a while.
Lights, camera, action.
Iba-buffer. Galing, galing,
Amazing, man. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
great.
guys.
That's
Awesome. That was really awesome, man.
You're
So
the man.
again, thank you, my friend Jeff Toledo.
Thank you then, guys. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure, to share what I do, and more power to you guys. Sir Brian, Bernie, grabe,
Yeah.
sobra.
Man.
Grabe yung mga ginagawa nyo, and to not just to entertain people, but to bring more new stuff. And thanks for having me. And I hope makapag-guest ako ulit.
Yeah, you can come back, man, anytime. And we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. And I'm looking forward to our collab. And maybe with Brian as well. Siyempre.
Yes,
Pag
yes.
nakabisita rin
I-voice
tayo
over
dyan.
ko kung ano man yung i-produce
Yeah.
ninyong video, di ba?
Ayos yan.
May naisip kagad ako nung
Oh yeah, may naisip na agad. Oh,
Oh,
sige.
diba?
I-reserve mo na yan, ha? Jeff, ha?
PM
Ayan,
tayo.
so, thank you again, Brian, for gracing the show. And of course,
man.
syempre, ang ating special guest din. And Brian will be back in the near future with us again.
course.
Yeah, no.
Pwede nang bumati sa
Thank you very
dilemma.
Oh, sige. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I just want to greet yung kapatid ko, si Errol. Mok Arda, who's watching from Winnipeg. Momon Cyril from Alberta. Ivan sa Batangas. Taras Robert. Jim Dimala, who's watching here in Vancouver too. Phoenix, yung guitarist namin. And then, salamat sa mga nanood, sa nag-stream. Sa nakinig, and thank you guys for so much. Please support Love Chat with David Hart. Facebook. They have a Facebook page, so please subscribe on their YouTube channel at the same time. Hit a like. Kung ano yung follows ko, punta rin kayo kay Bernie Hipos Wedding Films. Support this guy. He's doing a great job on East Side naman, sa Ontario. So hopefully makakolab ko ulit siya sa do a wedding film. So thank you again, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again,
Alright,
Jeff.
salamat
Palakpakan
naman,
natin, Jeff Toledo, mga kaibigan na yan. He got a lot of awesome stuff to share with the world. So I appreciate you, man. And thank you again, Brian, for being with us this evening and this morning dyan sa Philippines. So
Yes,
mga kaibigan, maraming salamat po. This has been David Hart